What's your neighborhood scheme that left the whole town in shambles? In my small town, everyone knew the kind-hearted old man named Mr. Drew, who owned the local hardware store. Every morning, he'd sweep his shop's front steps, waving at passers-by with his signature saying, "Morning, another day, another dollar." But one day, his store was locked up, and the lights never turned on, and he just was gone. Everyone assumed he'd retired and moved away, but every time I drove by his house, I saw it was still fully furnished, and his old pickup truck remained parked in the driveway. Rumors started spreading about foul play, but the sheriff quickly shut them down as he angrily declared, "Old folks leave all the time. It ain't a crime to disappear." But something about the way he dismissed the case didn't sit right. Anytime Mr. Drew's name was brought up, the sheriff quickly shut it down, and eventually, people just stopped asking, until the day Mr. Drew came back. It was 12 years later, on an ordinary Tuesday, and I was there to witness it. The familiar jingle of Mr. Drew hardware store jingled, and as I turned to see what was going on, there he stood. The whole town buzzed as people flooded in, asking where he'd been. His answer shocked everyone. "I was in prison. Don't trust that sheriff." Turns out Mr. Drew had uncovered a corruption scheme involving the sheriff, who then set him up and framed him for fraud. Having no family or anyone to help him, Mr. Drew suffered in prison, and it took over a decade until someone on the outside finally proved his innocence. Once he returned, he came with names to point fingers at and a plan. By the end of the week, the sheriff and mayor were both behind bars, and every morning after that, Mr. Drew was back to sweeping his shop's front steps, grumbling the same old line, "Another day, another dollar, folks."